Wait. Hey guys, Kyle here. We're back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be working on Mokato. Mokato is my 1971 Triumph Rob North Wenco frame, and we're going to do an oil change. So that's going to consist of changing the oil, the engine oil, the primary oil, and the gearbox oil. If you guys haven't seen the video before, we are now dealers of Castrol Classic Oils. Really excited to be able to have all the oil here for the new product launch. And I thought to myself, well, we got new oil. We got a bike that needs to have an oil change. Why don't we show you guys some of the product, some of the accessories, and actually using the oil in the race bike. With that being said, let's get the oil that we need and let's get the oil changed. The oil that we're gonna be running in the triple is Castrol Classic Oil 2050. This is a multi-grade oil. 5.28 quarts, so we're gonna go with the large one right here. The reason why we're gonna use this oil is because it's also shared with the primary, but the clutch on the triple is a dry clutch. So this is totally fine to be able to use for the engine oil and also in the primary. So that's what we're gonna use for that. And the next thing that we're gonna use is the ST90. This is gonna be for the gearbox oil. So this is a GL3 oil, and that is good with bronze bushings, brass, and any of those type of yellow material that's typically found in most British bikes in those gearboxes. So I'm gonna show you guys a little accessory that's gonna make it a lot easier to do these oil changes. And that one is going to be these right here. These are the Castrol Classic Oil pouring jugs. It comes in different sizes. That's the biggest one that we have. And then we also have a smaller one here, and we have an even more smaller one that we're currently sold out. And this is Milo. Say hi, Milo. Hey, buddy. All right, so we got the 2050, we got the ST90, which is the gear oil, one of the pouring jugs, and I think that's everything that we needed. Let's make this happen. All right, so we got the bike on the lift. I'm gonna go over a couple of details as far as where to remove the oil and where we're gonna be installing the oil. So the oil tank right here does have a drain plug at the bottom, but it's kind of in a really awkward position. You can't put a funnel underneath. So what I'm gonna do is move the feed line going to the engine. It's gonna be a lot easier for me because I have to go underneath the engine anyways, so I can just remove it, open up the cap, let all the oil drain. Since the oil tank has been cleaned when we built the bike, the filter's new, the filter's clean, there's no need of removing the filter and cleaning it because it's got clean oil in it and it's been cleaned before. So that's gonna handle the oil tank, and at the bottom of the gearbox, there's two things going on. There is the level fill plug, and then there's also a drain plug. If you remove the larger nut, it's going to have the standpipe on it. That's going to remove the oil, and then the other one is going to be the actual level. So when you put oil in it, it'll start to dribble out. That's how you know that there's enough oil in the gearbox. And to fill the oil in the gearbox is simply removing this top plug right here. Once you remove that plug right there, you just fill it up with oil, clean everything up, and then tighten it up. Now we're going to go to the other side, and I'll show you what the plan is for the primary. So for the primary, the engine oil and primary is shared. There is no seal on the crankcase. So we're going to remove the side panel here. That way it's going to expose the primary so we can remove the drain plug and then also get to the plug on top to be able to put oil inside the primary. Drain the oil out of the gearbox, primary, and oil tank. Once that's done, then we're going to put oil back in it. So we're going to try to do it all at the same time, so it just makes it a little bit easier for us. First things first, we're going to get some gloves on. We're going to get a pan or some type of container to hold the oil, engine oil, primary, gearbox. So let's get to work. I'm going to get my leg workout for the day. Because, you know, we've been having some earthquakes lately. We don't want this thing flying off the lift. Now it's got to find a screwdriver. So I'm going to leave that there so it's holding it. These are little OD studs, however you want to pronounce them. These are the same as what's used on BSA panels. All right. Yay, that one popped out. Oh, it wants to come out. Oh, there it goes. Oh. There it goes. All right, ta-da! Obviously, we did a little time lapse there. You guys are going to be able to see that. We're going to put this to the side or hang it up, get it out the way. This is the plug here to put oil inside the primary, and then the plug underneath is to drain the oil. The feed line, which is going to be going from the bottom of the oil tank to the filter, will be this one here. Just slide the hose off, and then we'll put the hose in the bucket, and it's going to take its very sweet time on draining the oil. I have to make sure that we don't get any contaminants or any dirt going back in it. Slide this out. The engine oil, I can do the primary and I can do the gearbox. Now the question is this going to be able to retain all the oil? And I'm pretty sure it probably won't. Yes, good old 9/16. Take this off. All right. This little copper washer here, reusable. We'll clean it. We will anneal it, dump it in some cold water. Clean up under here. It's a little dusty. And this one's a little challenging. Thing on this bike for the most part should be American. Should be. Because sometimes, you know, those Brits, they just be swapping it up because the British are perfect. They make perfect motorcycles where everything is just uniform and continuous. No issues at all. We got it off. Get ready for the gush. Oh, yes. Look at that golden color. So now that the oil is draining, I'm gonna get this washer off of here and reuse the fiber washers, put some Hylamar on it. Still have a little bit of engine oil working its way out. Just mind you, there's a lot of oil in this oil system. You still have the oil filter, you have the sump, then you have the oil cooler, and then you have all the lines that run down the engine. So there's still a lot of oil there, but considering we got most of it out, I don't know, probably 80% of it, it's fine. So as you start doing more oil changes, and especially with it being a race bike, which we're gonna change it more frequently than a road bike, the oil is going to work its way out. All right, we're gonna grab the funnel here so we can drain all this old oil into a barrel that we have. Hey, there goes Kenny, our UPS driver. All right. That's it. We're gonna leave the funnel there because we're gonna empty the other one once that's done. We're gonna go to the solvent tank and we're gonna clean everything off. Nice and clean. Now we get to anneal the copper washers, which is always a very interesting process. Little waka flocka flame. Now we just need water. I got water. All right, we got our water. Like a second ago, it was like streaming out, and now it's like drip, drip, drip. Shit back. There we go. It should just slide on. We're gonna tug on it, make sure it doesn't come off. So next that we're gonna do is install the plug here, and then we're gonna remove this plug in the front. And once the oil level starts to rise, it'll start to dribble out of here. Then we'll put this plug back on. There we go. It's a coarse thread, so the fear of stripping that out, you would have to go pretty damn tight to strip it out. So things are getting a little awkward here. We're just gonna clean up around this area, and then we'll put the plug back in there. Gloves off because it's just a lot easier to work with. All right, that one's going in nice and easy. We're going to remove the inspection plugs. I have a tool that we also sell on the website. It is a very basic, probably heavier than it needs to be tool. Pretty sure it accepts a 1-inch wrench. 1 inch, American. And we're going to use that to get the plug off. Boom. And then we're going to go down to the other side, or go around to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Can you believe it? Hylamar is a little sticky. So I'm going to lower the bike slightly just so we can get over the oil tank in a comfortable manner, which is good right there. Bada boom, bada bing. 2050 Castrol Classic Oil is what we're going to be running in the bike. Then we got the pouring funnel, which should make the job a lot easier. Oh, hold on. Got to get the logo. Let's open it up. Man, it's like honey. Oh my gosh. This is really cool. Oh my God, it's like pouring tea. So we put 1 quart in there. All right, we got a couple more to do. Not gonna lie, I love the product, but I think the pouring jug, this is like the coolest thing. I love it, it's amazing. So this is the second quart. All right, that's 3 quarts. It looks like we'll probably do another quart, so that's 4 quarts. So I'm gonna do about half. So we got another can here.
There it be, right there.
So what we're gonna do is just let it drain itself out, and then we'll put the plug back on. The gearbox is done. I'm gonna work out my left leg. Wait, hold on, that Captain Morgan. Is that how he's like? Yeah, that Captain Morgan. Hey guys, almost. We have the small plug, and then we have the copper washer. We don't have to put any sealer on it. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go over to the primary. Not too concerned about the little bit of gear oil in there. So it'll be coming out of here. There we go. Same thing like the gearbox, just let it dribble out, put the plug in it, and you're good. We're gonna start putting the plugs back in the primary gearbox, tighten everything up, put the fairing back on. We have to clean underneath the engine, make sure we get all the oil, get all of our fingerprints and just residue. We don't want that stuff burning on there. Hopefully when we get that done, we'll start the bike up. Was it running a fiber washer under here? I just put Hylamar underneath. I did give it 1 turn on the adjustment of the screw to tighten up the primary chain just a little bit. It's got slack in it, but just a tiny, tiny bit. So I like leaving this last because the oil that got on top of the muffler and the exhaust pipe, it's gonna dribble its way down. So by the time we're all done doing that, everything should be already percolated down from the header pipe. So see if we can fish it in there. Go too tight. All right, so we are going to attempt to put the fairing back on. I'll let it pivot off of here. That one went in just fine. A lot easier putting it on than it was taking it off. For the most part, we're pretty much done with this, but we're not done with the video because we still got some other cool stuff like starting the bike so you guys can hear that sound. So we're gonna get ready to take the bike off the lift. We also need to fasten the gas tank and connect it because we want to start it and we want to make sure that the oil is circulating, the oil is flowing, all that. We don't need to check oil pressure, we just want to make sure that it's returning. Oh shoot, I don't want to be in line with the wind. All right, good. We got the bike off the lift thanks to Curtis, because I would have died without him. Okay. The bike runs good, started right up. We got good oil flow, so everything's looking good with that. With that being said, it's pretty much gonna end the video. I got another track day coming up this November with Brady Walker, Horse Thief Mile and Streets of Willow. If you guys are interested in checking out and knowing more information about Castrol Classic Oil, I'm gonna put some links in the description below so you guys can get more info and you guys can make a purchase and run the same type of oil that we're running in this bike into your vintage British motorcycle. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching and I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See ya.